All right, so today we're diving deep into what it takes to land a journalism lecturer position.
We're going to be using some amazing resources from RoleCatcher.
Yeah, their career guides and sample interview questions are fantastic. So it's kind of like we're doing a practice run with like some insider tips.
And it's really all about going beyond just what to say
Right.
and understanding how to really frame your answers to make an impression.
Totally.
Yeah.
So let's start with the basics. Paint a picture for us. What's life like as a journalism lecturer?
Well, it's a very dynamic role. You know, you're not just lecturing,
Okay.
you're researching, you're publishing,
Yeah.
mentoring students, collaborating with colleagues. It's a really vibrant mix of shaping young minds and pushing the field forward.
Wow. So you're really staying active in the field, not just teaching from textbook.
Exactly. And that's something to highlight throughout the interview, you know. This RoleCatcher guide points out how journalism is intersecting with tech and politics and social sciences now more than ever.
Oh, for sure.
So show them you're on top of those trends.
Right. Makes total sense. And speaking of staying ahead of the curve, I know RoleCatcher has this really cool AI tool that helps tailor your application materials.
You got it. It's like having a personal advisor who decodes what the hiring AI is looking for in your CV and cover letter.
Oh, wow.
No more generic applications.
Right.
RoleCatcher helps you stand out from the crowd.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So it analyzes the job description and helps you highlight the most relevant skills
Absolutely.
and experience.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It even helps you practice interview responses
No way.
and get AI-powered feedback to refine your delivery. It's like a secret weapon.
Okay, that's incredible. Let's dive into some of those interview questions now.
Okay.
I know RoleCatcher provided us with a list of common ones, so let's tackle those
Sounds good.
and figure out how to make our answers memorable.
Yeah, each answer is a chance to showcase your expertise and passion.
Totally.
Let's start with a classic one. Tell us about your experience in the field of journalism.
Seems straightforward enough, but I'm guessing there's a way to make it stand out.
Definitely don't just recite your resume.
Right.
Highlight specific projects or challenges that demonstrate your journey. Maybe you uncovered a local scandal or you landed an exclusive interview with someone.
So it's about painting a picture of your growth, not just listing job titles.
Right. And be ready for follow-up questions. You know, they might dig deeper into a specific project
Right.
or ask about a time you failed.
Mm.
You know, have compelling anecdotes ready and be honest.
Authenticity is key. Okay, next question. How do you stay current with the latest trends and developments in journalism?
Here's where you show you're engaged with the field beyond just reading the headlines.
Right.
What publications do you follow? Have you attended any conferences?
So it's not just about knowing the news, it's about showing you're actively seeking out new knowledge. What about mentioning specific journalists that you admire?
Absolutely. It shows you're paying attention to who's shaping the conversation, but explain why you admire their work and what you've learned.
That adds context.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. What are the most important qualities for a successful journalist?
Ooh, go beyond the cliches.
Okay.
Think about the core values and skills that define an exceptional journalist in today's world.
What kind of qualities would really impress the interviewers?
I would emphasize critical thinking.
Okay.
Ethical decision-making and adaptability journalism is constantly evolving, so show you can keep up with the pace.
It's not just about getting the scoop, it's about getting it right. Integrity seems to be a recurring theme here.
You're getting it, and that leads perfectly into the next question, which focuses on a specific challenge you faced.
Okay.
Tell us about a challenging story you covered and how you overcame any obstacles.
Okay, so this is a chance to really showcase your skills and resilience.
Exactly. Choose a story that highlights your problem-solving skills. Maybe you had to track down a difficult source or navigate a complex legal issue.
So it's about demonstrating how you handle pressure and deliver quality reporting.
Yeah.
What if they ask about the emotional toll of the story or any ethical considerations?
Those are great questions. Be ready to discuss the impact the story had on you and the choices you made. It shows your self-awareness and integrity.
I'm seeing how each question reveals a bit more about who you are as a journalist.
Yeah, they're looking for a well-rounded individual who has the skills and the character to inspire future journalists. Speaking of which, question 5 is all about multimedia. How do you incorporate multimedia elements into your reporting?
Ah, yes. Journalism is so much more than just writing these days.
Right. It's about showcasing your versatility and understanding of how news is consumed today.
Okay.
Think about specific examples from your own work. Did you produce a documentary or create an interactive graphic?
It's all about engaging audiences in a digital world. What if they ask about emerging technologies in multimedia storytelling?
Be prepared to discuss those too. Show you're exploring new ways to push the boundaries of journalism.
This is getting exciting. All right. Next question. How do you balance the need for speed with the need for accuracy in your reporting?
This is where you highlight your process for verifying information and fact-checking, especially when you're under pressure.
It's a classic dilemma: speed versus accuracy.
Exactly. Show them you prioritize accuracy and have a system for ensuring it, even with tight deadlines.
And what if they ask about a time you had to make a tough call about publishing a story, maybe when the information wasn't fully confirmed?
Be ready to discuss your decision-making process and how you weighed the risks and benefits while upholding journalistic ethics.
Integrity again. Okay, let's move on to question 7. What is your opinion on the role of journalism in society?
This is where you articulate why journalism matters to you. Why did you choose this path? What impact do you believe it has on society?
It's a chance to connect your personal beliefs to the bigger picture.
Think about the core principles of journalism, truth, accountability, informing the public, and how they contribute to a functioning democracy.
I love how this interview is shaping up. It's a blend of practical experience, ethical awareness, and a deep understanding of journalism's role in the world.
It's about finding someone who can embody all of that and inspire future generations of journalists. And now we're moving into the teaching side of things.
All right.
How do you approach teaching journalism to students with different skill levels?
Ah, yes. The art of teaching.
Highlight your ability to tailor your teaching methods for diverse learners. Maybe you've mentored junior reporters, led workshops, or simply helped a friend with their writing.
So it's about demonstrating your flexibility and ability to connect with students at different levels.
Think about specific techniques you use to make complex concepts accessible, how you provide feedback, and how you create a supportive learning environment.
What if they ask about your experience with teaching technology or adapting to new trends in journalism education?
Be ready to share your insights and show that you're a dedicated educator who's constantly evolving your teaching practices. We're nearing the end of these sample questions. Question 9. Can you discuss a time when you had to make a difficult ethical decision as a journalist?
Ethics always a crucial topic.
This tests your integrity and understanding of journalistic principles. Choose a real example. It doesn't have to be earth-shattering,
Right.
but it should showcase your commitment to ethical decision-making.
So it's about showing your thought process and how you navigate those tricky situations. What if they push back on your decision or ask what you do differently now?
Be open to that. Show them you're willing to reflect on your experiences and learn from them.
I'm really liking how this interview is shaping up. It's insightful and engaging, and I bet our listeners are getting a lot out of it.
Me too. And remember, RoleCatcher has resources to help you practice your answers and get feedback, especially when it comes to demonstrating those all-important qualities a journalism lecturer needs.
Speaking of RoleCatcher, let's talk more about their AI-powered feedback tool.
Of course, what's remarkable is how RoleCatcher analyzes not just your CV and cover letter, but your interview responses as well.
So it's not just about what you say, but how you say it.
Exactly.
It's about presenting yourself in the best possible light.
The AI helps you identify areas to strengthen highlights, relevant keywords, and even provides feedback on your delivery and tone.
Wow.
You can practice and refine your answers until you feel confident and ready.
That's incredible. We've covered the 10 questions that RoleCatcher provided, but what about other valuable insights from their career guide? I'm curious to know more about career paths and growth potential in this field.
You're right, we've only just scratched the surface. There's a whole world of career insights to explore.
Perfect. Let's dive deeper into those aspects after a short break.
So let's shift gears a little bit and look beyond the interview. What can you expect in terms of career growth and development?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's exciting to think about those long-term possibilities, especially in such a dynamic field.
Yeah, RoleCatcher's career guide really dives into this, and it emphasizes, continuous learning, staying up to date with emerging trends and technologies,
Right.
really honing your expertise.
So it's not just about teaching what you already know.
Right.
It's about being a lifelong learner yourself.
Exactly. The guide even suggests taking advanced courses or pursuing postgraduate degrees
Wow.
to stay ahead of the curve.
Makes sense. You're shaping the next generation of journalists, so you got to be on top of your game.
Absolutely. And networking is crucial too.
Oh, of course.
Conferences, professional organizations, even connecting with folks on LinkedIn. These can all lead to mentorships, collaborations, or even future job opportunities.
Networking is always a good idea now, thinking long-term. What are some potential career paths for journalism lecturers?
Well, there's definitely room for growth within academia. moving into roles like department chair or dean.
Okay.
The guide also highlights administrative positions within the university.
Interesting. What about folks who might want to explore options outside of academia? Are those skills transferable to different industries?
Definitely communication, critical thinking, research teaching. These are all highly valued in various fields.
Right.
You could transition into media relations, corporate communications, content creation, or even consulting.
That's encouraging to hear. So there's flexibility and potential for growth within and beyond academia.
Yeah.
Now, let's circle back to the interview for a moment. We talked about those 10 key questions.
Yeah.
But are there any other areas where RoleCatcher's AI can help candidates prepare?
Oh, absolutely. What's really impressive is how RoleCatcher analyzes not just your CV and cover letter,
Right.
but your interview responses as well.
So it's not just about having a polished resume. It's about making sure you articulate your skills and experience effectively during the interview.
Exactly. The AI can identify areas where you can strengthen your answers,
Oh, wow.
highlight relevant keywords, and provide feedback on your delivery and tone.
That's so helpful. It's like having a personalized coach analyzing your every word and gesture.
It gives you the opportunity to practice and refine your answers until you feel truly confident.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground on interview prep, career paths, and the amazing tools that RoleCatcher offers. Before we wrap up, though, I'd love to touch on a few more of those sample interview questions.
Okay.
There are a few left on the list that I think would be valuable to explore.
Definitely. Let's dive back into those. Which one would you like to tackle next?
Let's talk about diversity and inclusion.
Okay.
It's a topic that's incredibly important in journalism today.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing interviewers will be looking for candidates who are actively engaging with it.
For sure.
How would you approach this question? How do you incorporate diversity and inclusion into your reporting and teaching?
This is a crucial one. It's about going beyond just saying diversity is important
Right.
and demonstrating your commitment to actively seeking out diverse perspectives and voices in your work.
So concrete examples are key here.
Absolutely. On the reporting side, you might talk about seeking out sources from marginalized communities, challenging dominant narratives, or covering stories that highlight social justice issues.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
What about on the teaching side? How do you create an inclusive classroom environment?
Think about how you foster open dialogue,
Okay.
create space for different perspectives, and ensure all students feel heard and respected. It's about making everyone feel like they belong.
I can imagine that interviewers might also ask about your experience covering sensitive topics related to race, gender, or identity.
You're right. Be prepared to discuss your approach to these topics with sensitivity, emphasizing your commitment to accuracy and fairness,
Sure.
and always being open to learning and growing.
It sounds like this question really allows you to demonstrate your values and your commitment to fostering a more inclusive and equitable journalism landscape.
Exactly. Now, moving on, there's one more question on RoleCatcher's list that I think is worth discussing.
Okay.
It asks, how do you envision the future of journalism?
Ooh,
And how will your teaching prepare students for that future?
that's a big one. It really requires you to think critically about the challenges and opportunities facing the industry.
You'll want to demonstrate that you're not just stuck in the past, but you're actively thinking about how journalism is evolving.
So what are some key trends or issues that you think are shaping the future of journalism?
Well, the rise of digital media and social platforms has drastically changed how people consume news.
Right.
It's essential to address this shift and how it impacts journalism.
That's definitely a major factor. Anything else?
The role of artificial intelligence in news gathering, reporting, and content creation is growing rapidly. It's something that will undoubtedly shape the future of the field.
AI is a hot topic everywhere these days. It's important to be aware of both its potential benefits and challenges.
Absolutely. Another major trend is the increasing demand for solutions journalism,
Okay.
which focuses on reporting on responses to social problems. This approach highlights potential solutions and empowers communities to take action.
That's a really interesting angle.
Mm-hmm.
I can see how that would resonate with students who are passionate about making a difference in the world.
Precisely. And of course, we can't forget about the ongoing challenges of combating misinformation and disinformation,
Right.
especially in the age of social media.
That's a critical issue. Journalism educators have a responsibility to equip students with the tools and critical thinking skills needed to navigate this complex information landscape.
You're absolutely right. So when tackling this question about the future of journalism, be sure to touch on these key trends and challenges
Okay.
and demonstrate how your teaching will prepare students to thrive in this evolving landscape.
I love that it's about showing them that you're not just teaching the journalism of today,
Yeah,
but you're equipping them for the journalism of tomorrow.
exactly. It's about nurturing their passion, their curiosity, and their critical thinking skills so they can go out there and make a real difference in the world.
This has been such an insightful conversation. We've covered so much ground today, from dissecting those crucial interview questions to exploring the broader career landscape and the exciting possibilities that lie ahead.
It's been a pleasure. I always enjoy these deep dives, and I hope our listeners are feeling empowered and inspired to pursue their dreams of becoming journalism lecturers.
Wow. We've covered so much ground in this deep dive into becoming a journalism lecturer.
We really have, from dissecting those crucial interview questions
Mm-hmm.
to exploring the broader career landscape
Right.
and even diving into the impact of AI.
And of course, we can't forget about RoleCatcher's incredible resources
Yes,
designed to help you every step of the way.
absolutely. Their AI-powered tools are truly game changers,
Yeah.
offering personalized feedback and insights to help you shine.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one key takeaway you want to leave our listeners with? What's that secret ingredient to really acing this interview?
I think it boils down to a combination of, genuine passion, thorough preparation, and authenticity.
It's not about fitting into a mold,
Yeah.
but letting your unique experiences and perspectives shine through.
Exactly. Show them you're not just knowledgeable, but also enthusiastic about shaping the next generation of journalists.
They're looking for someone who can inspire, not just instruct.
Precisely. And here's a final thought to chew on as you prepare. Think about how your unique journey, your experiences and perspectives can contribute to the future of journalism.
It's about showing them you're not just looking back at past accomplishments, but looking ahead with a vision for what journalism can become.
Because at the end of the day, that's what this role is all about. Shaking the future of journalism by empowering the next generation of storytellers.
Well said to all our aspiring journalism lecturers out there. We wish you the best of luck in your interviews.
Yeah, good luck.
Remember, tap into those resources, refine your answers with RoleCatcher, and let your passion shine through.
Yes.
And don't forget that journalism is about more than just reporting the news. It's about truth, accountability, and making a difference in the world.
It's a challenging but incredibly rewarding field, and with the right preparation and mindset, you can make a real impact.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of journalism lecturers. We'll be back next time with another fascinating topic and a stack of resources to help you navigate your career journey.
Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and never stop chasing those dreams.